Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a
That's why you
big
came
move
back.
at an office that could change the way a lot of Americans work. A tech company in Wisconsin is offering to implant tiny microchips into its employees.
Not just but no. The chips could allow people to unlock office doors, make purchases. Rebecca, come on here.
So many questions about this, Robin and Michael. Good morning. We asked a lot of them. This is the first American company to ever try this. 1 week from today, many of the employees, including the CEO, will voluntarily have the microchips implanted into their bodies, and they're calling it, I'm not kidding here, a chips and salsa party.
Oh.
This morning, like a scene straight out of 007.
So you can keep an eye on me?
Employees at one Wisconsin tech company, 3 Square Market, willingly making that fantasy a reality, implanting their own bodies with microchips. What did the employees say when you brought this idea to them?
Half of them actually within 5 seconds says yes.
CEO Todd Westby, along with 50 of his 80 colleagues, even his wife and kids, preparing to implant these chips, the size of a grain of rice, between their forefingers and thumbs, so they can do everything from buy snacks in the break room to log in the morning to unlocking doors with just the swipe of a hand. What did it take to...
Oh, isn't this just so lovely? And she's all chippy and right? Everyone, you're probably asking, Elder Ricard, where are you going here? Well. Remember when I said watch Bitcoin and all these others where they're taking money out of the systems at the same time? Cryptocurrencies, digital dollars are the future of money. Council on Foreign Relations. Also, there's an the World Economic Forum, who were serious players during the time when the pandemic was rolled out, right? Remember when I said, man, what's up with all this money, PPP loans and all these others? What are they doing, right? Fair use. Fair use. Lawyer, check this out.
The Bible.
Not that, this. Fair use.
It will give you universal basic income, basically. 2,000 euro. Here's a question. Would you let someone implant a microchip into your hand if you would receive $2,000 a month? A month in return for getting a chip put in your hand. You heard me right. We'll give you universal basic income, basically. 2,000 euros, $2,000 a month, if you allow us to put a microchip in your hand. That's exactly what's about to happen as part of the rollout of the central bank digital currencies. That's a carrot for them to rope you into this mess. We'll get to that part of the story in a minute, the chip implantation process. Not the corn chip, as Dan said in our chat, but a actual metallic tracking chip. But a new report just published this week by the Bank for International Settlements explains how our new digital money system is about to work. We've been warning you that this was coming for a long time on this show. Also, we weren't the only ones predicting this. It was predicted in a little book, you might have heard of it, called The Bible, The Mark of the Beast. For one thing, this is how this new system would operate. According to them, the Bank for International Settlements, the new reserve currency, forget the dollar as you know it, basically. This will be the new reserve currency, which is how they want to label it and how they are labeling it. This would be used to settle all transactions. As everyone moves away from the US dollar right now, this seems like perfect timing to be moving to this new system. So are they purposefully torpedoing the US dollar in preparation for a global new reserve currency? One might wonder, right? We don't believe in conspiracy theories around here, but you have to wonder. It could include the confiscation of all property, physical property. By assigning it, every item would receive a real world. Every real world item would receive its own unique digital token. So, what do you guys think about this? Right, this idea that they could. I'm not saying they're going to, but your car, your house, all of these sort of physical items that need a token process, you have to get them digitally tokenized in order for you to claim ownership of these items.
Elder Lawyer, you heard that?
Yes, sir.
Loud and clear, was it not?
Yes, it was.
Okay, let's talk about it. And let's be real. If we had to put a percentage, because I got some paperwork, I got some stuff I wanted to show during the news program, during the news this coming Sunday, but I couldn't hold it back. I have to, some of the things I want to talk about is the fact that this socialist program that's rolled out that they use as a beta test initially in our communities, which was welfare, and then Section 8. Not that our people don't need these programs, right? But it comes with a cost. They was rolling out what? A social, I would say, beta test for the New World Order that eventually they would bring the whole world under. Think about this. Welfare, WIC, Section 8, right? All of these other, what they call privileges or programs. And then at the same time, Elder Lawyer, our people, rightfully so in America, foundational Black Americans are those who came off the slave ships, who built the country, asking for reparations. All together, a need for finances. And then they come with a guaranteed $2,000 every month. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your persuasion. Don't matter if you're rich or poor. Guaranteed housing and $2,000 for the rest of your life. If you had to put a percentage on this, Elder Lawyer, especially understanding where we come from, how many of our people, after getting used to PPOs, getting used to getting paid while staying at home and not getting anything and celebrating that? If you had to put a percentage on it, Elder Lawyer, what is the percentage of people you think will be totally down with getting $2,000 guaranteed for the rest of their life with housing? How many people? If you had to put a percentage on it.
I would say probably 99.9%.
Think about it. All they would have to do, and no one have to know, the same way there's so many people say it during that rollout a few years ago, I would never do it, but a lot of people did it privately without telling others. Right? knowing some had opposing views against it, right? But some went and did it secretly, telling their family members something entirely different. So it'll be totally anonymous. You can go to the DMV or your doctor's office, patient-doctor privilege, or you can go someplace, probably the monetary systems, or it could be already set up where the same place you got your juice, supermarkets, whatever, they can have a specialist come through and just take care of it privately for you. All you have to do is get chipped, right? Get chipped, and $2,000 will be directly deposited into your bank account, guaranteed every first of the month unto perpetuity. Let me ask the people, the brothers and sisters in the chat. If you all had to put a percentage out there of how many people you know would just get that $2,000 guaranteed, what would be your percentage? Elder Lawyer, he's high. I mean, I give people more a greater chance than that. I got more belief in people than Elder Lawyer said 99.9. I would say, but that's my naivety, right?
I would say depending on the circumstances. If you were to tell people that, your house is associated with this, other elements are associated with those finances, I'm pretty sure we would receive a high percentage of people who would be willing to acquiesce to that.
Yeah. Someone says 90, 75%. You know, Elder Lawyer, before the rollout of the lockdowns and the jabs and all those other things, I would have probably said, believe it or not, 60 to 70%. But after I seen how the people close to me reacted to what they rolled out, I have to be with you, Elder Lawyer.
Mm.
I have to be with you. No one could have told me that some of my close family members would have listened to the television. I'm sitting there giving my family members daily insight of what's going on and what to do. And everyone looking at me saying, hey, man, you know me, man. We can't trust these people. When did we ever begin to trust them? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Right? Then I come to turn around. You know what I mean? I have to now rush to these hospital and all that, because now my brother can't even, my own brother, he couldn't even walk for not listening to me. And this is my own family. And I'm talking to him and saying, listen, okay, you're not working anywhere, so there's no threat of a job being lost over you. I'm making sure food is there, so, you're not dependent on the system because the refrigerator's full. If you're not working, you don't have to worry about anything, and you got family who's looking out for you through a hard crisis. Why? And Elder Lawyer, he looked right at me and said, I was scared.
Mm.
I said, listen, you have to tell me something. I can understand if you had an excuse with something hanging over you. And he looked me right in the eyes. And you know what? At that point, only thing I can do was embrace him and hug him. He looked me straight in the eyes.
Right.
And said, June, I was scared.
Mm.
And that was telling to me. That was very telling. If you roll it out where the alternatives, where none of the system can affect you at all because you're taken care of, and still do it, and have family members letting you know what's going on from the inside, what's happening, and you still do it, man, listen, $2,000 guaranteed monthly with housing.
Yeah, forget about it.
Lawyer said, forget about it. And now he's getting with me, Elder Lawyer, talking about, man, yeah, we got to get some lawyers involved. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I'm out of it. I'm like, the only thing we're going to get involved with is this Bible. Okay. The only thing that we can get involved with going forward is the Bible. A perfectly healthy, he was healthy enough that he would walk around and get his own stuff and all that. He can't even walk. And I'm not saying how it happened. You know what I mean? Sometimes things happen, right? I'm being as guarded as I can, but all I'm saying is the only thing that I can get down with is the Bible. That's it. That's it on that. Elder Lawyer, there's more to this.
Yes, sir.
I want you to hear this. Let me pull it up. Schwab said this in 2015. Schwab is over the World Economic Forum. I believe he was introduced more so in the Western world on our side. He became more recognizable during the pandemic and all that. You would see him on different talk shows or whatever the case might be, right? Let me go here real quick. Let me see. That's about 12, 13 minutes. Let's get it. Let's get it. That's 13 minutes in. All right, let's get it real quick. Let's see. Fair use.
In 2016, listen.
Aujourd'hui, au bout de ça,
Hold on. Fair use.
How is it being tracked? Is it Bluetooth, near field communication? I just walk up and tap it against any kind of like a soda machine. We've already seen them rolling it out at different grocery stores. We see people in Sweden are jumping on board with this, wanting to use this on a regular basis. So there's people already electing to use this, wanting to use this. And they'll do this with the promise of basic income. $2,000 a month. Would you do it? Let us know in the chat if you would do that. This is not some fever dream, by the way. Where did this come from? This was explained in great detail by Klaus Schwab himself in 2016. Listen.
In 2016, Klaus Schwab, fair use.
enfin, peut-être il y a une communication directe entre notre cerveau et le monde.
Okay, I'm going to have to show it here. Fair use. Fair use.
S'imaginer qu'on les implante dans.
He says, then we can imagine. Hold on, let me get it back. Let me get it back. Because I got to read this off for you. It's in a different language.
Certainement dans les 10 années à venir.
Certainly in 10 years. Certainly in 10 years. This was 2016. Certainly in 10 years, right? And it says, first we will implant them in our clothes.
Et d'abord, on va les implanter dans nos vêtements, c'est-à-dire wearables, comme on le dit. Et après, on pourrait.
And then we could imagine that we will implant them in our brains or in our skin. Hold up, I need y'all to see this. Let me put it up so y'all can see it. And I'm going to tell you, brothers and sisters, this is surreal. After teaching this on the street before there was any internet, we were talking about this, folks. Before YouTube.
Et après, on pourrait s'imaginer qu'on les implante dans nos cerveaux, dans notre peau. Et à la fin, peut-être il y a une communication.
And at the end,
Direct entre notre
we will direct communication between brain and the digital world. Between the brain and the digital world.